What's going on, and welcome back. So I took the day off of work today because my cousins are coming down, and we'll talk about that here in a second. But I needed to take advantage of this day because right now my son's at school, they're at school, and these kids are at school. People are at work. It's actually quiet for once. It's actually quiet for once in this neighborhood. We might hear the occasional car drive by every once in a while, but as far as that goes, that's fine. Right now, it's super quiet, and I love it. Dude, this is the way it should always be. Anyways, so my cousins are coming down. We're gonna start taking measurements and making a list of all the materials we need for this project that we're going to be doing here at the house. And there's been a change of plans. There's been a big change of plans. See, my cousin, he's the one that's going to be helping me, work on this house. And he was only be able to come down like during the weekends because he's got kids in school and all that. He's got to take them, he's got to pick them up. So, and he lives in San Antonio, dude. That's like 5.5 hours away from here. Dude, that's pretty far. If we're having to come down every weekend, dude, that's a lot. Dude, that's a lot of driving. So we decided that we're going to push this project back until May, which is perfect, dude. It's perfect. The kids will be out of school. That'll give me time to accumulate some hours at work so I can take, a week off. So what we're going to do is he's going to come down for a week. I'm going to take a week off of work, and we're just going to get after it, man. We're going to get after it. We'll tear this place apart in like a couple of days and start fixing whatever needs to be fixed before we start rebuilding, right? So I'm guessing we should be done with this place in like 2 months. 2 months. Now we are going to start working on it next month. We're going to be working on some other stuff next month here at the house, so we'll have that ready. So by the time it comes to like the demolition, the tearing down and the rebuilding, dude, it's going to be no problem. It's going to go by fast, I think. So that's great. That'll also give me time to save up a couple of grand, because believe me, we're going to need it. We're definitely going to need it. This place it's going to take quite a chunk of change. Let me tell you, this ain't gonna be cheap, man, for reals. Estimated money that we're gonna be spending, the cost. What the hell is that? Dude. It sounded like something was under my house. It's probably another dog. Oh my gosh, dude. Anyways, where was I? Money. It's gonna be a lot. I can't tell you exactly how much, but it's gonna be, I'm guessing, material wise, and so we don't have to pay labor because we're doing all the work ourselves. But material wise and all that, it's gonna be close to 10 grand. For sure, dude. For sure. Will I have the money? For sure, dude. But yeah, that's gonna just, I'm glad. I'm not glad, but that's good that we're pushing it back till May, because that'll give you. You heard that, right? Anyways, but enough about that. So, if you happen to catch last week's video, if you haven't, check it out. It's an interesting one. I had to change locations like twice, but whatever. Because of the noise, man, because of the noise. I'm talking about how listening to a video game soundtrack makes me want to play the game or the soundtrack that I'm listening to. These are games that I never even thought twice about playing. But after listening to their soundtrack, I'm like, oh, maybe there's something to these games. I'll try them out. Maybe they're good. Maybe they're great. So, you know, I have a list on Amazon. I have a wish list on Amazon with some of the games that I talked about last week, plus a couple of others that I didn't mention. So, in my wish list, I have Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5, Frostpunk, Dragon Age Inquisition, and Batman Arkham City, to name a few. Who knows that I might listen to a gaming soundtrack that I've never heard before, and that's going to be another game in my wish list, right? Of games to get. These are older games, so they're not that expensive. They're all I believe most of them are like under $20, something like that. So it's not too bad. But last week, I believe it was last Saturday, as a matter of fact, I was here cleaning house, dusting or whatever, and I just giving the house a good cleaning. And I noticed that I had my Xbox, because I haven't played Xbox in forever and a day, and it was sitting on the bottom of my desk in the living room where I edit, and it was full of dust. So I cleaned it up really nice, and I thought, it'd be fun if I just hook it up in here and play Xbox games all weekend. It's gonna be windy all weekend. There's no need to go out anywhere. So, I got a ton of Xbox games here, right? One of the games I was gonna play was Fight Night Round 3. That was for the 360. I love that game. I love that boxing game. I didn't like Round 4. The controls, I didn't like that one, but Round 3 I really enjoyed. So, hook it up, get the game out, open the case, and it's not in there! I'm like, what? What's going on? I remembered like 5-6 years ago, I was sitting in here, and I had the 360 hooked up, and I was playing Fight Night Round 3, and then I never took it out of the console, and then I boxed it up and I put it in my storage. I tried looking for it that day, and dude, it's impossible. I'm not gonna find it. It's in storage somewhere in a box. I'm not gonna find it. Maybe one day I'll run into it, but it wasn't that day. So I was like, okay, there's other games I can play, right? So, after my Xbox updated, like I said, I hadn't played it in forever, so it took forever to update. They gave me an offer to try out Game Pass for 16 days, something like that, for $1. I thought, and then after that, if I don't, cancel my subscription or whatever, they'll charge me like $17 every month. So I was like, $1 to try out Game Pass. Dude, I hadn't had Game Pass since 2019. So I was like, let me see what's on there, what's new. And so I get it, and I'm going through the list of games that are on there. Dude, oh my god, dude, so many good games. They had Battlefield 1. They had Battlefield 5. They had Frostpunk. They had Dragon's Age Inquisition. They didn't have Batman Arkham City. That's the only one they didn't have. What else? Dude, they had so many games. But I was like, that's awesome. Now, these are the games that are on my list. Now I can try them out and play them and see if they're any good or not, right? Before I buy. So, I downloaded all these games. And then my buddy was coming down, or was going to come over to the house that night. We're going to have a game night. So I got Madden and baseball and some other games, and 2-player games we could play together. Dude, I started playing Battlefield 1. Oh, what a game, man. What a game! I haven't finished it yet. And my trial is almost over with Game Pass. I don't know if I want to renew my subscription or not. $17 a month, man. Come on. But I'm supposed to be saving money. I'm supposed to be saving money, not spending money. Car. Anyways, so I'm like, oh, dude, this is great. You know, I'm thinking it's all first-person shooter. Which, dude, it started off crazy with war. I mean, obviously, right? It's Battlefield. But then you go into like a tank battle, and then you go to like a where you're in the sky fighting with the planes. It does like, dude, this is so great. This is wonderful. And then I tried out Frostpunk. And again, if you watched last week's video, I mentioned how I don't like games like Civilization or Sim type games. I like the Sims, like, you know, the Sims, the dudes. That's a fun game. But like Civilization, those sort of games, I don't really care for them. If you do, again, good. I don't. But I tried it out, and started out with the music. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be something else. And then the game started, and I was like, no, I'm not enjoying this. I'm not enjoying this at all. That one I might have to check off my wish list. Dude, I love the soundtrack to that game. I just don't like the game because I can't get into those sort of games, man. I tried, and I sat there and I was like, I can't do this. I can't, and I won't. But I do love the soundtrack to that game. It's awesome. But yeah, man, Gamepass is great. You know, maybe I'll get it again, like during the summer. Whenever we get done with this place. I'll get it again. But I'm glad, you know, they had those other games on there. Now I can play them, try them out. And that's, you know, if they're good, I'm going to still buy them, regardless if they're on Game Pass, you know. I'm still going to buy them because I still want them physically so I can have them in my collection. So I can pick them up and play them whenever I want. You know, Game Pass will run out. If I decide to not pay for it anymore, I won't be able to play the games. But if I have them physically, they're here and I don't have to worry about that. So there you go. Man, Game Pass is great. That's how I discovered Ori and the Will of the Wisps and the Blank Forest. Played them both on Game Pass and beat both of them. I thought those games were so good, I needed to put them in my collection, so I did. But man, I gotta go. I want to stay here longer with you guys and talk, but my cousins are fixing to get here, and we got work to do. They're gonna be staying here over the weekend, so I'll try to see how much stuff we can get done. And not really work, just measuring and making a list of, like I said, of material we're gonna need. But we're gonna have to get after it. By the way, I am filming this on a Friday, and I need to say that because we're expecting a cold front this weekend with snow. Yes, dude, it's about time, man. We're supposed to be in the winter. It's supposed to be winter right now, dude. It's freaking 70 degrees outside. 70. It feels more like it's spring. It's about time we get a proper freeze, dude. I hope it snows. Even if it doesn't snow flurries. I just wanted to feel like winter, not like spring. Come on, man. Hook us up. Hook us up with some snow, but there you go. Anyways, I gotta get out of here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.